Understanding the mechanics of confidence is really a great understanding. And so if we unpack how confidence works, it's really actually pretty simple. Confidence comes from one place and really one place only. Most people believe that confidence comes from past success, and that's not accurate. It comes from what you say to yourself. And so at any given point in time, we're having a conversation, we're having a dialogue with ourselves. And if we're saying things that are beating ourselves up, it might get us good. It might. You might get good at something, but you might not enjoy who you are when you arrive there. So at any given point in time, the dialogue that you have with yourself or with myself, that what we're doing is we're speaking in ways that are either building confidence or destroying confidence. So confidence comes from what you say to yourself, and becoming aware and mindful of your inner dialogue is really at the center of being able to grow, to be able to develop, to be able to pursue potential. And it's a skill that we can teach. It's a skill that we can develop. And if we have a better sense of it, we can guide our own minds towards those conversations that build. So when we are asking people to increase their awareness of their own thoughts, great. Now, what do we do with it? It makes sense that we want them to guide towards a positive direction, but that's not always intuitive and easy once we're familiar with our own patterns in our mind. And sometimes it really takes a coach to coach how we think, to coach properly, to adjust our own thoughts. And or a parent, when we hear our children or the athletes that we're working with, and we hear how they're thinking about something, and we have a grounded perspective in life. We can recognize it, we can hear that, ooh, that's not a great way to think about something. Then we can take a moment and take a beat, if you will, and help them think about it in a different way. And that's perspective shifting. It's giving them a very specific way to change or shift the way that they see themselves in the world. Just recently, one of the top draft picks for a team, he comes into the conversation. It's myself, the athlete, and the coach. And the athlete says, okay, so these are my goals for the next year. I want to be the number one position player. And the coach steps back and he says, okay, that's great. I'm glad you think that. He goes, but that's not realistic. He goes, you're actually going to be lucky if you make the team this year. So now there's this kind of dueling of self-talk. What is the athlete going to do with this? And the coach brilliantly steps in and says, I want you to hold on to the idea that you could be the number one guy. But to get there, there's very concrete things that I want you to be able to believe in. Here's the things that I want you to go train and challenge. And when you do those things, then you'll have credibility in how you speak to yourself about where you want to go in your life. It's really clear when people want to go for it, that they have a credible way of believing what's possible. And that's where the self-talk really comes into place. With a year's time, this athlete, he moved from what his coach said, barely making the team, to actually being the number one position on the team. And it's the testament of hard work and discipline and being able to believe what's possible. And that's the essence of self-talk.